Werewolf here. I want to start with this meme, which I think is a much more accurate depiction of what AI girlfriends will be like. But I want to know, why are these so-called manosphere, red pill influencers that posture themselves as role model figures for young men, why are they pushing AI girlfriends on their followers as if this is a good thing? Look, I'm no psychologist, but I think it is safe to assume that there will be devastating, unhealthy effects of all this on young men should they partake in this now and in the short term, and far worse in the long run. And how is chatting with an AI image of a girl that's a whole bunch of zeros and ones even classified as a relationship? Look, I understand different people might have somewhat different definitions of a relationship, but how is that a relationship? So, why are these influencers drawing this conclusion? Well, as I've said in some of my other videos, these guys don't get out much. They're always making videos complaining about the dating scene, but they're not actually actively involved in it. No, they watch a handful of TikTok videos of the most narcissistic women complaining about their dates. You know, they use data from dating apps, Instagram, and they regurgitate this onto their followers, and they tell their followers, a lot of them are young men with not a lot of experience with women that, are, smart, I think, in a lot of ways, but also very impressionable. They tell them that this is every woman. Look, any guy telling you that all women are the same doesn't have very much experience with women himself. And I worry that they are pushing their followers towards what will soon become a state of paranoia. Look, I've made other videos about modern dating, to a large extent, it is a very troubled state right now. I don't believe, based on my experience and my observation out in the real world, that it is nearly as bad as these guys insist. And in some of my other videos, I have a few ideas how we can start to actually get involved in dating and turn things around and shape it towards what we want to see in a healthy, real-world kind of way. Now, I want to bring attention to this meme. I've seen it posted by Sandman, the MGTOW guy, Legion of Men, and at least a few others. Everyone talks about how great the 90s were as a decade. Well, in the 90s, and even most of the 2000s, the guy here would be a laughing stock. He'd be made fun of, if not thought of as a total weirdo. No one would want to go over to his house because they'd be afraid of what would happen to them or what they'd find. At least that's how the guy'd be portrayed, not necessarily how he is or was. And yet, the current MGTOW, Manosphere, Red Pill goons applaud this. And should this become a reality in the future, I think that the results will be so sad and so unhealthy, if not downright disturbing, that while many normies will laugh at these guys who have participated in this, I, for one, will never be able to bring myself to laugh at this. I will feel so sorry for these guys and their wasted lives. Dave Cullen of Computing Forever, the YouTube channel, and on some other platforms, he's made a much more eloquent, well-spoken, compassionate video, articulate than I could ever hope to produce, on his concerns about the psychological and social effects of AI girlfriends. I definitely recommend you check that out. I'll mention that in the comment section. But anyway, my conclusion is these influencers that I complain about, they're seeing all these videos of women, they conclude every woman must be bad, and the only alternative they can think of is AI girlfriends. That cannot be healthy. Anyway, hey, leave some comments. I want to hear from you. Share my videos, like, subscribe, and until next time, life, liberty, and the pursuit of all.